Be a better manager in just 5 minutes a day. Hi, I'm Dr. Dominic McLoughlin, and I'd like to talk to you today about how to build a manager's mindset. It's common for people to be promoted because they're really good at their previous role. However, now your role has changed as a manager. You can't do all the work yourself. You need to try and help others to ensure that they can get their work done. And it's very easy to lose confidence in this circumstance. So we want to talk a little bit about how do we adopt or how do we build the mindset of a manager. It's a really good idea to take some time to consider your perspective. Your role has changed. You're now there to facilitate the work of other people and also to try and ensure that they are successful. It's important to be clear on what the team's goals are, because if the team fails, then you as a manager fail. So this is a different situation to what you've been in before. Your role of facilitating the work of the team means that it's much more about listening to other people rather than talking. It's also much more about trying to ensure that they are able to get their work done. It's much more about the opportunity to help others in their career. So it's less about you and more about how your team is functioning. Of course, you're still important. You still have work to do, but it's that matter of changing perspective and thinking about it from a manager, from a team perspective, rather than from so much of an individual kind of point of view. You can adopt this new perspective in just 5 minutes a day for 5 days. I would suggest that you find a quiet time of the day. Make sure your phone is off. There's no interruptions. Get a meeting room to yourself. Go out of the workplace, whatever you need to do to find that 5 minutes of uninterrupted time to really consider your new perspective so you can start to think about how all the pieces fit into place. So for your first 5 minutes, your first day, it would be good to consider how do your team fit together to achieve the team goal. So you might have already a bit of an idea of a team goal or team goals, but this is a moment, 5 minutes, to really reflect on how do the various members of your team fit together to achieve that goal. So thinking about the various skills, knowledge, and experience that people bring to your team, particularly in relation to that goal that you have. And then on the second day, in the second 5 minutes, you want to build on what you've done on the first day, and that is to think about what are the knowledge, skills, and experiences of each team member. What is it they bring to the team? So you might want to make some notes about that, but thinking all the time about how the team fits together and also how that can help to contribute to the team's goal or the team's goals. On the third day, for the third 5 minutes, you really want to think about, are there some areas that your team members are better at or enjoy more than others? So sometimes people have a personal preference to work in a particular area, and if you're able to accommodate that as part of putting your team together and allocating tasks, that might actually be a really positive thing for that person and for the engagement of the team. On the fourth day and for the fourth 5 minutes, what you want to consider is what are the obstacles that your team face? Are there particular issues? And they could be personal issues that those people have. So in terms of their knowledge, skills, and experience, maybe there's some gaps that you might want to address, but it could also be other things that are part of the organization that you may need to take some steps to address. On your fifth day, for your fifth 5 minutes, this is a quick planning session for you. You want to put in your calendar a 1-hour meeting with your team. And in this 5 minutes, you really want to think about what it is you're going to talk about in that meeting. And really you're trying to summarize what you've taken out of the 5 days of your thinking to then take that to your team and kind of discuss it, to reality check it and to see whether you're right or wrong, to see whether there are other perspectives, to also bring your team with you in thinking about the things you've been thinking about for 5 days. They're not aware of those things. So you want to, identify for them the main goal or goals. You want to identify for them where you see the obstacles, and perhaps you want to even talk with them a little bit about how those obstacles might be overcome. So this is a 5-minute planning session to set up your meeting with your team next week. I hope you found that helpful. If you'd like more information or you'd like to join my free course, then check out my website or click on the link below. And that's how to build a manager's mindset in just 5 minutes a day in order to become a better manager.